Education in Serbia is divided into preschool, primary school, secondary school and higher education levels. It is regulated by the Ministry of Education and Science of Republic of Serbia. History of education. The beginnings of education in Serbia date from 11th and 12th century, with the establishment of schools at Roman Catholic monasteries in Tiselen, Bac and today's Vojvodina, which was then part of the Kingdom of Hungary. People were also educated in Serbian Orthodox monasteries like Sopocani, Studenica and Patriarchate of Peć. After the fall of medieval Serbian state, among newly established schools were Slavic and Latin schools. In 1778, Serbian primary school Norma was established in Sombor. In 1791, Gymnasium of Karlovci, the oldest Serbian gymnasium, was established. During the First Serbian Uprising, Belgrade Higher School was established in 1808. In 1838, in Kragujevac, Lyceum of Serbian Principality was established. It was moved to Belgrade in 1841. In 1863, it merged into the Belgrade Higher School. It had 3 faculties: philosophy, engineering and law. Later, it became the University of Belgrade. University of Belgrade was established in 1905. After World War II, more universities were established, including University of Novi Sad, University of Niš, University of Pristina, University of Montenegro and University of Kragujevac. Historical system. Educational system. Before 2005, Serbian implemented the system from the Socialist Federative Republic of Yugoslavia. Preschool education was optional and primary and secondary education were the same. As of school year 2005-2006, previous diploma visoko obrazovanje has been equalized with master's degree, and magister with the 2 years of doctoral studies. Quaternary education has been abolished and its contents were moved to tertiary education. Professional qualification. Historical system ranked students by professional qualification. Those who graduated primary school were qualified as unqualified workers, while those who graduated gymnasium were semi-qualified workers. Those who graduated professional high school had secondary professional qualification, those with higher school higher professional qualification, while those with university had high professional degree. Degrees of professionality other than professional qualification ranking that indicated workers' ability to work. There also were degrees of professionality. Those who graduated gymnasiums had the IV degree. The degrees were: I degree, lower grades of primary school; 2 degree, higher grades of primary school; 3 degree, 3-year professional school; IV degree, 4-year professional school; V degree, 4-year professional school; VI degree, higher school; VII 1 degree, visoko obrazovanje; VII 2 degree, magistracy; 8 degree, doctorate, PhD. General principles. School organization. Students are organized into classes of at least 5 for preschools and at least 15 for primary and high schools. Most primary and high schools have their student council and peer team. Student councils propose events and improvements and give their opinion about particular subjects to school principals, while peer teams deal with students' problems with the help of professional psychologists. In schools without peer teams, its actions are all on the psychologist. Parents are organized into parent councils. Parent councils propose excursions, watch over actions involving students' money and debate about events happening in school. In schools without student council, parent council solely practices all aforementioned actions. Free textbooks. Every subject has its own textbook. Textbooks are chosen by the teachers of the particular school, and they are bought in the local bookstore, or as second-hand. As of school year 2009-2010, all first-grade primary school students are granted textbooks for free, provided they return them at the end of school year usable. However, even unusable books are accepted, and no one is fined, as Minister Žarko Obradović said. Free textbooks in higher grades were only available for poor students in the past, but now students in Belgrade get their textbooks free of charge but are bound to return them at the end of the school year. Grading system. The grading system is numeric and is present in this form through elementary school and high school. Grades from 1 to 5 are used for primary and high schools. Insufficient corresponds to American F. Sufficient corresponds to American D and C. Good corresponds to American C and B grades. Very good corresponds to American B+ and A grades. Excellent corresponds to American A and A+ grades. Higher schools and universities use grades from 5 to 10. All students have to acquire at least 6 grades for the first grade of primary school. Descriptive. Foreigners and stateless. Foreign citizens and stateless students are enrolled on the same principle as Serbian citizens are. The only difference is that they are provided free Serbian classes prior to enrollment so they could understand lectures in school. If the student is from a European country, they can be provided the lectures of mother tongue and culture, free or with compensation. Students' health. All students have to submit their medical report when proceeding to the next educational level. A psychologist's report is also needed if enrolling in primary school. Compulsory vaccinations, physical examinations and dental checkups are carried out in schools for free. Also, during compulsory school running races and similar events, medical teams are always present. Facultativities. Primary schools can have cafeterias which provide students with meals for the lowest price. They offer mostly croissants with the filling, but some have hamburgers, French fries and more. Some schools offer cooked meals, but their cost is much higher. Excursions are 1 or 2 day trips to places around Serbia and Europe and are organized by the particular school and only in primary and high schools. Supplementary education is carried out for students with aspirations of learning more about the particular subject, participate in competitions, earn scholarships and prepare for further education. Complementary education is carried out for students with bad grades. Its goals are to help students catch up with lectures, not with learning lesson only for the test, but also with remembering core part of that lesson for longer. It can also be attended by students with higher grades, especially as a preparation for the upcoming test. School year organization. Preschool education. Preschool education is attended during the first grade enrollment year. It lasts for at least 4 hours a day for at least 6 months. After it, students pass an exam of ability to attend primary school. Primary and secondary education. The school year for primary and high schools lasts for 9.5 months, except for 8th grade of primary and 3rd, 4th grade of secondary school, for which it lasts 9 months. It begins on September 1st, and ends in the half of June. For 8th grade of primary and 3rd, 4th grade of secondary school, it ends in beginning of June. The school year is split into 2 semesters, and semesters are split into 2 quarters. Students have 5 holidays a school year, 1 in November, 1 in January, 1 in February, 1 in April and 1 in May. Between school years, in summer, there is summer holiday which lasts for 2.5 months. Throughout a school year, there are 2 voluntary school running races, 1 in September and 1 in May. Tertiary education. The school year is split into 2 semesters, beginning approximately a month later than primary and secondary semesters do. Exam period is conducted several times during times of primary and secondary education holidays. Educational system. Preschool education. As of school year 2006-2007, preschool in duration of 6 months is compulsory and it is the first part of compulsory education. Attended at the age of 5 or 6 in the local kindergarten, it familiarizes students with the educational system. Primary education. Children enroll in primary schools at the age of 6 or 7 and it lasts for 8 years. It's the second part of compulsory education. The elementary school is divided into 2 stages. Lower grades. Higher grades. In the lower grades, students are sorted into classes randomly and have only one teacher and classroom for all subjects, except the English, PE, and religion teacher. Students in the lower grades study the following subjects: mathematics in first and second grade, mother tongue, Serbian as a second language, fine art, English language, music, physical education, the world around us and nature and society, compulsory elective or religious education, optional electives for first grade, national tradition for fourth grade, ecology for all lower primary grades. In the higher grades, children get separate teachers and classrooms for all subjects and new subjects. From fifth grade, biology, geography, history, second foreign language, technical sciences, sport and another compulsory elective or drawing, painting, sculpting. From sixth grade, physics. From seventh grade, chemistry. When a student finishes 8th grade of elementary school, he or she then chooses to continue education or not. National Strategy for Education until 2024 sees compulsory secondary education. Education Minister Izako Obradović said that even though strategy will be implemented in the future, it requires constitutional changes. Secondary education. Secondary schools are divided into two types: gymnasiums and professional. Gymnasiums last for 4 years and offer general and broad education, awarding students high school diploma. Students generally take up further studies, since jobs are hard to find with just gymnasium studies. Two special gymnasiums are Matematica Gymnasia, enrolling students aged 13 and above, and philology gymnasiums, offering language courses. There are plans for an integrated entrance exam for higher education, as well as unified scoring systems for entrance exams, even for special gymnasiums. Professional schools specialize students in particular fields and award them first professional degree. There are two types of professional school courses: 4-year ones and 3-year ones. A unified entrance exam for higher education is being planned. Entrance exams consist of mathematics and Serbian language exam. From school year 2013-2014, the third exam will also be conducted, and it will contain questions from biology, history, physics, geography and chemistry. If a student wants bilingual education, he or she also has to pass the second foreign language test. Other forms of prijemni ispit are exams for gifted and art schools. Art schools have been integrated into the standard scoring system since 2015-16 school year, with gifted schools to follow. Students in gymnasiums usually choose their educational orientation between socio-lingual sciences and natural sciences. However, there are also computer sciences and general type. General type gives students feeling they're actually continuing elementary school, since it has all the classes elementary school had plus Latin. There are also sport gymnasiums. While professional schools add professional subjects, gymnasiums add a third foreign language. Most offer Latin. However, gymnasiums started conducting trial classes of Chinese. It is possible to change some professional school courses in the last year of secondary education. For example, if a student studying an auto mechanic course finds a locksmith job in Russia, he or she can apply for pre-qualification. With a course difference test, he or she gets a locksmith diploma instead of auto mechanic one. Tertiary education. Tertiary level institutions accept students based on the grades in high school and entrance exams results. Higher schools last 3 years. They correspond to professional universities. The difference is that professional universities last 3 to 8 years and offer common tertiary degrees, while higher schools last only for 3 years and offer special higher school diploma. However, since Serbia signed Bologna process in 2003, higher schools are to be reformed in accordance with it. Faculties of universities and art academies last for 3 years until baccalaureate, 5 years until magistracy and 8 years until doctorate. Only exception are medical schools, lasting for 6 years until Doctor of Medicine. Quaternary education. Postgraduate education was made of further specialization and doctorate during the times of Socialist Yugoslavia. However, the Bologna process abolished the quaternary education and incorporated it into the tertiary education. Specialization today is non-academic and considered as improvement in different parts of the profession, and doctorate is considered as the third part of the bachelor-master-doctor continuum present in the tertiary educational system. Special education. Special education includes education of disabled, bilingual education, full-day classes and adult education. It is implemented only for primary and secondary education. Education of disabled is handled both in ordinary schools and special schools. As of school year 2009-2010, higher grade primary school students and high school students can be organized into special classes, which are based on bilingual education. Children are taught on Serbian and either English, French or Italian. As of school year 2009-2010, full-day classes are held. They are designed for children with busy parents. They are organized only for lower grades of primary schools. Children have morning classes, afternoon classes and breaks for play, homework, lunch, etc. They have separate teachers for separate shifts. This gives students possibility to be in school for the longest part of the day with their classmates and do all the homework and other school obligations at school. Full-day classes are the extension of already present extended stay, which allows students to stay at school after the morning shift until their parents come home from work. Schools offering full-day classes also offer extended stay. As of school year 2011-2012, adult education was launched under the name Druga Šansa. Its purpose is to educate people who didn't graduate primary or high school or both, so they could have better chances of getting a work. Most people attending adult education are minors who missed their chance to enroll in primary schools. Academic degrees. Primary and high schools Osnovno školsko srednjo 8 years of education. Trogodišnja stručna diploma 11 years of education. Četverogodišnja stručna diploma 12 years of education. Gimnazijska diploma 12 years of education. Higher schools visa diploma 15 years of education. Non-medical faculties baccalaureate 15 years of education. Specialistički master 16 years of education. Magistratura master 17 years of education. Doctorate 20 years of education. Medical schools Medicinski fakultet after 6 years of medical studies 18 years of education. Medicinska specijalnost after 5 years of medical specialization 23 years of education. Medicinski doktorate after 6 years of doctoral specialization 24 years of education. Education organization.